What's going on, guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're gonna do another Kaspa video because I haven't talked about Kaspa in a while. You guys have asked me, are you still bullish on Kaspa? Is Kaspa dying? There's a lot of FUD surrounding Kaspa, and some for good reasons, some for not so good reasons. So I want to shed a light on what I think about the entire situation. You guys have brought to me some things about Kaspa being FUDded. I've had this tweet sent to me by Da Vinci, which is not a paid shiller, right? By any means. No, it's not. In my opinion, Kaspa doesn't solve the trilemma. However, the Kaspa coin still adds value to the cryptocurrency space. This is pure FUD. Why would he say that Kaspa doesn't solve the trilemma? If you guys don't know what the trilemma is scalability, decentralization, and security. Kaspa is very secure. Kaspa is fully decentralized. If anything, is the biggest praise that you can make to Kaspa. Kaspa solves the trilemma technically. Now, is that the end-all be-all of Kaspa? No. It's definitely a good thing. It's good that it's fair launch, that there's no pre-mine supply, that the team doesn't have a significant amount of the supply. So Kaspa solves the trilemma. And why is this guy saying that Kaspa doesn't solve the trilemma? To me, it's just FUD that this guy wants to create because he wants to accumulate more Kaspa. So he knows that people are gonna listen to him because he's a key opinion leader. People are gonna dump, he's gonna buy heavier. He's at AMAs with other people on YouTube, some of my peers, which I'm not even interested in mentioning, that just collab with this guy just for clout. And this guy wasn't even talking about Kaspa because he doesn't want to promote it. Because first of all, no, Kaspa doesn't pay influencers. Yes, there's the ambassador program, but I don't think that those people get money anyway. And second, he just wants to make people dump so he accumulates more. And then rest assured that this guy is going to promote Kaspa at the peak of the bull market when he goes past the $1, when he wants his following to be extra liquidity. So that's all I had to say on that. Now, talking about other stuff, somebody sent me a video of Crypto John saying, oh, Kaspa, it doesn't have exchange listing, it should have had them. Now, I have a respect for Crypto John, unlike the other people that I mentioned, and I think he's a very honest and straightforward guy, so I respect him. And to be honest, he made some points. So Kaspa still doesn't have big exchange listings. That is a fact. We don't have the tier 1 exchange listings right here. Yes, we have Bybit, that is a good exchange. We have Qcoin, which is average. Maxi, Big Get, but we're missing the Crypto.com, the Binance, Coinbase, and Crypto John was making a point in that video because those exchange listings are very expensive. They could be hundreds of thousands or perhaps even towards the millions of dollars. Now, I'm not exactly documenting on what the price for exchange listings is, but I know that it's extremely high and it's 6 to 7 figures. The Kaspa team, to me, is quite broke. It could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing. It's probably a bad thing if they're looking to get those big exchange listings. On the other hand, it's a good thing because the project is actually fully decentralized. But Kaspa is a retail coin. And that is a fact. It doesn't have a big appeal to institutions. If institutions don't pump the price of this project, if institutions don't mass adopt it, Kaspa is going to have problems. And now, do I want to FUD Kaspa? No. And I should have made this as a full disclaimer. This is not a Kaspa FUD video, but I just wanna put some feet on the ground to all the Kaspa investors. Kaspa, full disclosure, is the biggest allocation of my portfolio, so I have no interest whatsoever in FUDding Kaspa. If anything, the opposite. If you guys pump my Kaspa bags, I'll be forever grateful. So I really wanna make it clear right here that I have no interest and I don't wanna FUD Kaspa by any means. But I'm also an honest YouTuber, unlike most of the people that you probably follow on YouTube right now. So getting back to the thing of Crypto John rant, etc. Am I surprised that Kaspa doesn't have any big exchange listings? No, I'm not surprised because those exchanges, as I was saying before, they have extremely high exchange listing fees. Now, do they list some projects for free? Yes, and perhaps for something like Kaspa, they're probably gonna look into getting a lot of money into buying heavy right now, or probably they've accumulated long before this moment that I'm making this video, and then they're gonna make a lot of profit after they list it, and they're gonna sell when the exchange listings take place, and they're gonna make a lot of profit. They're gonna make a huge bag out of that. That is one plausible option. Now, do you guys remember that when we listed, I think it was on Bybit, that Kaspa was making a fundraising campaign to list on that exchange? Is that a good thing? In my opinion, no. It doesn't have a good outlook on the project, because you don't really want to invest into projects that are broke. And if Kaspa is extremely broke, that is not a good thing, because we guys know that as much as a lot of people say, oh, Kaspa to $10, Kaspa to $5 plus, if Kaspa doesn't get those big exchange listings, Kaspa is not going to surpass the $1, $1.50. Let's be completely honest. If we don't get Crypto.com, Kraken, Gemini, Binance, Coinbase, we're not going to get Kaspa above $1.5. That is probably the best that it can achieve if we just stay on these exchange listings. You also got to understand that this is 3.4 billion in market cap. So if it doesn't get those exchange listings, if institutions don't buy in, retail can only do so much. The community of Kaspa is probably one of the best things that Kaspa has. There's Kaspa Maxis on X. There's people that have 100% of their portfolio into Kaspa, or 90, 80%. That is crazy. Now, do I recommend doing that? I don't. But I respect crypto projects that have a cult-like community. We've had this with Solana, and look what Solana did on the previous bull run. This also comes with a lot of detriments, because the Kaspa community, in my opinion, is getting more and more toxic. When I started investing into Kaspa, like May last year or whatever that was, the Kaspa community was completely different, and I think it's deteriorated a bit. Is that a negative thing? Perhaps, but there's also a lot of talks on X. People are afraid of funding the project. If you go on X, people are scared to say their own opinion if it's not extremely positive. So again, you can take it with a pinch of salt. It could be a double-edged sword. I think that I raised all the points that I wanted to make in this video, but you guys need to understand that people are so emotional. People are emotional. People are emotional that they missed Kaspa when it was right here. People are emotional that they bought right here and they sold right here. People are emotional that they bought again when we reached almost the 20-cent mark, and perhaps they saw that Kaspa is not doing much and it's go back to 15 cents. But people need to also understand that Kaspa is not a meme project. You can't expect the meme-like gains that you get with a stupid dog or a frog that overnight it makes you a lot of excess. Just like it did that, it could also get you wrecked in a matter of a couple of days if you become the extra liquidity of the early investors. Kaspa is not a project like this. If you're investing into a project like Kaspa, it's a 1 year, 1.5 year hold minimum. It's a long-term investment. It's not something that is going to make you rich overnight. Perhaps it's going to take months, or perhaps even a couple of years. Perhaps you're going to have to wait until the end of the bull cycle. If you're looking to gamble, if you're looking to get rich overnight, or perhaps even get wrecked overnight, Kaspa is not a project for you. Kaspa is a long-term investment. People are just so emotional these days. All the people that are listening to these paid shield influencers that are looking to promote gains that are going to happen overnight, this is not it. This is not the project of the sort. Kaspa should be seen as a long-term investment. It has a lot of advantages when it comes to the decentralization. We already talked about that. But it also has clear disadvantages of this being a so-and-so ghost chain, which doesn't have smart contract yet. And it's just seen as a digital currency, which could be an advantage, could be a drawback, because people are mostly looking to Ethereum killers. Let's be honest, they're not looking for digital currencies. We already have Bitcoin, which is a store of value. It has some disadvantages that Kaspa solves, but people are not primarily looking for this. Institutions are not looking for this. So, as I said, Kaspa has advantages, Kaspa has disadvantages. In my opinion, it has a long-term potential. I think it's going to be quite easy to see a 10x from here. But if we don't get all those conditions met, it's hard for Kaspa to be over a 10x from here. I was one of the so-called early investors of Kaspa. I was buying Kaspa when it was 1.5 cents. Okay, I wasn't buying Kaspa now. Do I recommend buying Kaspa now? If you want to diversify your low to medium risk safety net, absolutely, go for it. Even at these prices, I think that below 20 cents, I would still consider Kaspa a buying zone. But, you know, people are gonna take profits. I'm probably gonna take some profits if Kaspa goes to $1. I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm already at 10x. If Kaspa goes to $1.50, I'm going to be 100x from my initial investments. Of course, I'm going to take some profit. I'm not going to wait for a 1000x on my money. So that is also something that you got to keep in mind. Early investors are going to take profits. There's going to be a lot of selling pressure for this project. A lot for you to digest in this video, a lot for you to keep in mind. I hope that I enlightened you a little bit. I hope that I made you get out of your shell of just you know, living in a silo and just listening to Kaspa maxes. And believe me, I have all the interest in the world for Kaspa to achieve crazy price target. I was one of the early investors of Kaspa, and I'm up a lot on my investment, and Kaspa is still the biggest allocation of my portfolio because I really believe in this project. But I also want you guys to be aware of all the red flags that I've mentioned in this video. So this is pretty much it. You guys already know the place to be is my private community. If you want to make these crazy returns and not only just listen to my buy and sell signals, but join the best community in crypto right now, you're gonna find it in my group. I've moved to this new website and you can see all the benefits listed right now on the screen. Don't be cheap and don't miss out on this once in a lifetime opportunity to create generational wealth. I want to assist you in this journey, so consider joining. I hope to see you there and help you out with your crypto investing journey. Until then, take care for now.